YIMBY and NIMBY. YIMBY seems to be correct position, but I'm not informed on it. It depends. There's like different kinds of it, but there's like neoliberal YIMBYs, and then there's leftist YIMBYs. YIMBY means yes in my backyard. NIMBY means no in my not in my backyard. Okay. A lot of times NIMBYs are just like rich people, the people that don't want additional development in their neighborhood because that will, one, make it like for them while the buildings are being constructed, and two, because that will lower their property value. So they don't want that. They care about their house as an investment vehicle, and they want to protect that investment vehicle. So they do everything they fucking possibly can to stop.
So this isn't exactly correct. NIMBY is more about building new, more affordable housing in their area. It is very often that a NIMBY will actually love if you build houses near them. Because that increases your property value. If they're similar valued houses to what value of the house that they are in, it usually increases their property value. Like, for example, that Graham Stephan realtor guy or whatever just bought a house randomly in the middle of Vegas, right? And it's on like a new area where they're going to build like 100 fucking houses. They're making a suburb. He bought a house out there, and he bought it at the beginning because he like fucking had connections and shit. And then once the whole fucking neighborhood is going to be built, he's going to make a fuck ton of money on that property because he bought it early. It depends on the type of housing that's built. NIMBY is not in my backyard. Yeah, I know. NIMBYs can be fine with housing being built in their area if it's of similar value to their house because they make a fuck ton of money off of it. Like I said when I was referencing that Graham Stephan guy, it depends on the type of housing. November tier list, have it at you fucking degenerates. Okay.
Any sort of new developments from happening in their neighborhoods. YIMBYs, on the other hand, are yes in my backyarders. The neoliberal ones want to build houses no matter what. Okay, they're like, we need to fucking engage in urban sprawl. We need to make sure that we have very little regulation revolving around like what kind of new housing can be built. Doesn't matter how it looks. It doesn't matter if we're building ugly ass fucking ugly ass like concrete fucking towers that will remain empty and will be another investment vehicle for like some fucking Saudi royalty or whatever.
Who cares if it's ugly? If it works, it works.
That will remain empty.
Yeah, caring how the outside of your house looks. Yeah, like holy shit, what the fuck? Also, you should be an apartment. What?
Ultimately, that will still lower the housing prices because there's just more housing available. I'm somewhere in between, but I do believe that there should be more housing in the state of California. But the reality is that because affordable housing is one of the main reasons, the lack of availability of affordable housing is one of the main reasons why people get priced out of the housing market and become homeless. So I am certainly an advocate for more housing. I don't give a build more housing no matter what, but stop building like luxury high rises and actually build housing that at the very least, even if you're going to build a fucking luxury high rise, make sure that a significant chunk of that is still occupied by affordable units. And that is a form of regulation that a lot of neoliberal YIMBYs do not want. Well, that's actually going to stop people from building new houses because blah, 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 blah. Because like, well, then it's like the developer is not making money.
I think this is primarily the argument against rent control, not building against building luxury high-rises, and he's getting this shit confused. You should look at images of Norilsk, Russia. It is considered the most depressing-looking town worldwide. Interesting.
Aren't there NIMBYs that are NIMBYs because of gentrification, or am I wrong? I don't know. I don't.
Yeah, there is. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. There absolutely is.
Oh, so you're a MIMBY? Maybe in my backyard? No, I'm not. They've built 4 new buildings around me in Hollywood, and all of them are luxury and mostly empty. Yeah. Culver City is a great example of this, right? They're building at the edge of fucking Culver City right now, and all of those fucking like new places are all lofts. Like they're luxury lofts. And
A vacancy tax would solve this problem quite aptly, I believe. Because I agree that like you shouldn't be building buildings and taking up space, especially when there is space that is needed for other people to be able to live and be able to not have that unit rented out. So having a vacancy tax would do tremendously well, in my opinion. Maybe I'm missing something, to be able to avoid this issue.
It's not even remotely affordable. It's such
In
fucking
the countries that I've seen it, witty, it seems to work.
bullshit. It's such dog shit, okay? California.
Marcel, one link. Provide me a single link, Marcel, because I'm pretty sure that is propaganda. Provide me a single link. They aren't usually empty, though. Vacancy taxes in Vancouver collect next to nothing. If they're not empty, though, then who cares? If somebody builds a luxury building and then a bunch of people go into it, who cares? I don't care. Like, yeah, it's being used. And?
Just passed SB 9, the single family zoning law. Yes. In the state of California, a 6,000
How would the
square
government
feet.
know what apartments are vacant? Because if you own a property that is not being rented out, you would know based on how you file for taxes.
Lot was the minimum lot that you can have. It was the lot size for every single family house. They just removed that restriction. So now you can cut your lot up into two and like allow another house to be built on it, or a townhouse, or even an apartment. So Yimbys hate single family housing. Look at that.
A single family
throwing
housing
up right now.
Single family housing is really bad. It sucks. Wait, does he disagree? Did I miss something?
Townhouse, you can cut your lot up into two. They just removed that restriction. So now you can house minimum lot that you can have. It was the lot size for every single family house. They just removed that restriction. So now you can cut your lot up into two and like allow another house to be.
Oh, I see.
Hate single family housing. Look at that. They're throwing right now.
What the fuck is this? The cost of affordable housing, does it pencil out? What the fuck is this that you're linking me? A fucking virus? What the hell is this? You realize you just linked me an article talking about affordable housing, Marcel. You didn't link me what I asked for. You dumb fuck. I asked you for an article showing that there is a massive group of people that say that we cannot have affordable housing. You dumb fuck. Try again. Show me like a Fox News article that says affordable housing will collapse the entire market. You fucking idiot. Come on. There was a UCLA study saying the new luxury housing units in LA were just sitting empty. They had to immediately revise it because the units sold like in a month. They had just been constructed. Yikes. You have a link to that? I'm sympathetic to not caring about the outside look of a building, but there is something to be said about depressing looking cities versus modern cities. Of course, hybrid.
Crazy in some of those. Yep, this is true. I learned this from my mom, actually.
You literally made the... Okay, Marcel, you are a fucking moron, dude. Every single time you open your fucking mouth, I want to ban you. Okay. You said, no, some economists saying making a percentage of housing affordable will de-incentivize developers from building houses because they can't make money. Hasan's not wrong. Provide one example, is what I said. Show me one economist that says that we cannot make affordable housing. One.
What she does, or she studies this and teaches people this, but some of the houses in luxury high-rises with low-income housing have a separate entrance and a separate...
Vacancy taxes are a lot more complicated than they appear. I understand that. Where I live, instead of doing vacancy taxes, developers are required to show that 60% of their units are likely to be filled before they get approved for development. Okay. But if they do show that 60% number, then you're leaving out the 40%. Oh, sorry, greater than 60%. that what you mean? Greater than? I mean, you were sorry. Wait? What are you saying specifically? Are you saying that they need to have at least 60%, or at most? Oh no, it'd obviously be at least 60%. But yeah, if they have 60%, then 40% of it could be vacant forever. I said a percentage, you asshole, not an affordable housing. You just. All right, what is the percent? Okay, you know what? Discord or Ben, I'm done with you. It's read your shit for too long. All right. You have 2 minutes. I've been wanting to get rid of you forever. I've been wanting to get rid of you for so fucking long. I have never hated the fact that I remember all of my chatters and their fucking attitudes and their personalities more than with you. I've been wanting to get rid of you for the past week and a fucking half, dude. So now is my fucking chance, and I'm gonna fucking take that goddamn opportunity. You have 2 minutes to get inside of fucking Discord before I get rid of you.
Separate elevator for the poors in New York City, for example. And of course, the supply of those low-income housing is incredibly difficult to get. You have to literally win the lottery, okay, to be able to even have access to get into one of those low-income homes. And when you do,
what's
you
my
can't use
attitude
the
and
fucking regular
personality? Dude, you're fucking memeing, dude. It's just fucking memes. You have some pretty shitty takes every once in a while, but like you're overall you're pretty good. It's just you meme a lot. You're like not like a full-on poster. You're not like Strange One or Jack Wellington tier, but you kind of post. You do be doing a bit of trolling.
Or you got to use the poor door.
Who else do you hate? I hate a lot of people.
Yep. In Brooklyn, there's a lot of pushback for new developments because people are trying to build apartment buildings that require a higher annual salary than the average salary of the neighborhood. So yes, there are technically NIMBYs for gentrification in Brooklyn. Gentrification from Brooklyn.
Rate me or no problem. I'm not going to do a rating system. Troll, yes. Post, no. Love you, baby boy. Sure. 60% is greater than yes. I live in a place where the population fluctuates a lot, so requiring much more isn't always feasible. Sure, you could play it by ear. Sure. Name who you hate. Call them out. I fucking hate Marcel. Let me try and remember. There was I banned that person the other. There's a couple of people. I'm gonna have to, I need to remember. I'm having trouble remembering their names, but as soon as I see them, it's like I can't remember a lot of people's names off the top of my head. But if I see your name, I can remember what kind of person.
Chat, I literally tell it. Fox, you on a regular basis.
They're in Discord? Okay. Hello? Does the name start with infra? No. Hard truth. I know I've said some cringe stuff. No, Occam's Razor. You're just you do trolling, man. A bit. That's it. You meme. Hello?
Hello?
Hello. Alright. Dude, what is this? Okay, you keep saying economists say that if a percentage of people like do this, it's like over. What's going on?
No, I never said that.
You literally said a percentage.
Never said that. Never.
You literally. I'm gonna pull up your logs right now. Right now.
I said that there were specific economists who said that building a certain percentage. I remember when they were doing the percentage of housing.
That's what I just. What do you think? Hold up, Marcel. Shut the f up. What do you think I just said? What do you think I just said when I said a percentage?
Making it sound like I said that it would be over. I never said that. Never said that.
You literally said that a bunch of economists saying making a percentage of housing affordable.
I said there were some.
Okay. Name me one. Point to one. A single one. Go.
I remembered when they were doing the Baltimore housing project. When they were doing that, and the Baltimore city government said you had to have a specific set of, I think it was, the amount was 20%, and then the advocates wanted to bump it up from like 20% to 30 to 40%, and most of the economists, let me find the fucking link. This is fucking, I never said.
I quoted you. If you have a problem with what you said, quote, that's you on you. I literally quoted you.
No, yeah, you quoted me saying that some economists say that if you have a specific sub percentage of housing, that that might disincentivize fucking developers
Yeah,
from
like
developing certain.
80%. What do you mean?
Yes, yes, that was the fucking point I was making.
No, okay, I'm sorry. I'm going to ban you right now if over the point of fucking Hasan talking about how all of these liberals hate affordable housing, you say, well, there's some economists that don't think that affordable housing are that great. And what you mean is making 80+% of fucking houses affordable for like fucking no income people is what you're talking about. So right off.
What Hasan said, what Hasan specifically said was that some neoliberals believe that if you make a lot of the housing affordable housing, then that would mean that developers make no money. And all I was saying was that he wasn't wrong. I never said that whatever percentage Hasan believes was right, because he made a vague statement. I was just saying that his vague statement might not be entirely wrong.
His vague statement is so what you're saying is like, well, because he didn't define a number, that all of a sudden makes him right? Is that what you're saying? Yes, okay, hold on. Defend this statement. Defend this statement then. Defend this statement, Marcel. Defend the fucking statement.
Because there are some neoliberal economists, neoclassical economists, whatever the hell you want to say, who say that there's a certain percentage of affordable housing, and some of them in the link I gave you.
Marcel, is there not the same system with leftists, you dumb fuck? There are some leftists, i.e. most of them, that would say that making everything 100% affordable probably shouldn't be done by literally the person who bought a $3 million house. He bought a $3 million house. Obviously, he thinks that there should be a market for people to be able to also buy luxury houses.
Okay, well, now you just added another group of people.
No, I didn't. It's that everybody understands that this exists. You can't make every house available to be owned by a fucking crack addict. That's the fucking case. This statement that you made is completely nonsensical.
Oh my God. You were making me argue something I never said.
You
never
did.
Said. No, I didn't. You literally pointed out where I said you. So you pointed out where I specifically said some economists said this. I never said.
You said some economists are making the percentage of houses affordable de-incentivized, and then what you're saying to me is that this amount has to be like 50, 60, 70+%. Everybody fucking agrees with this. Some middle class family is not going to be living out of a fucking goddamn dilapidated fucking shed, dude.
In the article I linked, their number was 30%. The one in Baltimore was that they wanted to make it 10%, and even that they felt was too much because of the percentage of
link.
Okay, Jesus.
Link.
Christ.
Do you have it, or are you looking for it? Do you have it, or are you looking for it? I had to look for
it. That one I was getting off the top of my head.
Do you have any other example?
From where I got that link, there was a couple, but that one was talking about California's housing.
Okay, get any of them. Get any of them. Any of them. How long are you going to keep looking until you admit that it's probably not something that exists?
Okay, because you made me argue a point that I wasn't making it. So now I have to go back and look up for a point that I never made.
This is the quote. So I'm going to quote you for the 5th time. No, some economists saying making a percentage of housing affordable would de-incentivize developers from building housing because they couldn't make money. Hasan's not wrong.
Yes, that was the point I was making.
That's what I'm asking you for. Show me the economists. Show me. That's what I'm asking you for. Not an economist that says making 95% of the fucking housing affordable is like won't allow people to make money. None of that. I want you to show me some of these economists that are saying this shit.
Obviously, if I literally was arguing that, I wouldn't argue that myself.
Show me one example. Show me one example of this problem, because Hasan was making the argument that all these liberals, i.e. most of the left, the Democratic Party, is actively saying that like we cannot build affordable housing, which is bullshit. It's absolute bullshit.
I really do not think he was making that strong of a case at all. But
wild.
he even
That
said,
is wild.
no, because after he said that, he literally then just said, even if you make luxury buildings, you should then at least allot either a large amount or a significant amount of them to affordability. He never said all of them.
He said that because he believes that there was liberals that weren't doing it and that these people are not actively participating in it. This is a stupid fantasy that only the leftists care about making affordable housing. It's a stupid fantasy. I'm just asking you to substantiate that fucking claim. All right? When Hasan says none of these fucking liberals will ever want to actually build affordable housing, like, that's what I'm looking for. While he buys his fucking expensive luxury buildings, so we know he doesn't agree with the idea 100% of them should be non-luxury buildings, right? I'm looking for you to provide me, because you backed up the fucking claim. I argued against it because it's a fucking stupid thing to say. I'm looking for you to provide me evidence that there's this problem with liberals not wanting to build affordable housing. I want you to provide me that. When instead, the situation is probably more nuanced. What's probably happening is a lot of people that own houses, or a lot of people tend to own houses. A lot of people see that if you build affordable housing around their houses, their property value is going to go down. And with that being the case, there's a lot of the voting population that doesn't want you to build affordable houses. Not because these crazy liberals are getting all in the way of shit, but because people don't want to lose their $3 million house property value. That's what is more likely to be the case. The constituents of these politicians don't want to lose their property value. That makes far more sense.
NIMBYs are a thing. I don't know where I said NIMBYs didn't exist. I'm confused on where I said that.
You're confused when you made the claim that there are economists that are talking about how some percentage of housing affordability will de-incentivize developers from building houses, when Hasan's point, when you say Hasan's not wrong, his point was of liberals. So I would like you to provide me this liberal economist that says that making affordable housing of whatever percentage, and don't make the percentage like 95+%, because that's fucking ridiculous to have that much affordable housing. It's nonsensical, and that would negatively impact our economy. So I want you to provide me any evidence of this being a problem amongst liberals. Any evidence. Because that was his point, and that was the point I pushed back against. Any evidence of this. I want you to show me an economist. Okay, you know what? I'll give you 10 minutes. If you don't provide it for me, I'm sorry, buddy. You're gone. I really don't like you.
All right. I'll provide it. I mean, you're more than likely going to get with me anyway. So.
All right. Well, no, I won't.
I'll provide it for you.
If you can provide it for me, provide it for me. All right, you got 10 minutes, buddy.
Every link you asked, I've provided for you, so I'll provide it for you.
What other link have you provided?
The Travis Scott link, when you asked me what was the new information, I provided that. Then you asked me that.
Travis Scott link for what?
What do you mean, what Travis Scott? You asked me what new information. I said the sheriff had talked to him previously, and then I provided it for you. What do you mean, what link?
Yeah, I'll look for it because I don't know about that. We'll look into that. All right.
What?
What do you mean what? I don't remember every chatter's.
I provided you that link. What?
Do you think I remember? Do you think I remember what every single individual chatter
completely made it up? I'm sorry. I never provided that link apparently.
Bro, I want to ban you on the spot now, dude. You are
okay,
so.
Do it then.
Okay, you got 10 minutes, brother. You got 10 minutes.
All right, I'm looking.
Yep. Okay, 10 minutes on the clock.
Yes, at this stage means gentrifying the fucking podcasters out of Brooklyn that already gentrified Brooklyn. You know what I mean? Split elevators and doors are my uncle's idea and doesn't.
So, for the proper context of what happened, Hasan made the claim that all of these liberals, there are two different types of yimbys. The liberal yimby that says that they're cool with affordable housing, but don't really actually want what? It doesn't actually want affordable housing. They say that they'll build whatever fucking shit, including if it looks like trash and nobody rents out the unit and it's not effective and it's just used as a vehicle for other people's investments, right? And then you have the leftist yimby who's actually concerned with building affordable housing. And then Marcel and then he followed it up, with saying that because these liberals don't actually want to build real affordable housing, whenever they actually, try to do so, they always shut it down. And Marcel responded with, quote, hold up. No, some economists saying making a percentage of housing affordable will de-incentivize developers for building houses because they couldn't make money. Hasan's not wrong. So, this in reference to the context of liberal economists and liberals getting in the way of affordable housing, I asked for a single liberal economist saying that making a percentage, whatever the that is, of housing affordable will de-incentivize developers for building housing because they couldn't make money. And he referenced Hasan not being wrong. If Hasan's not wrong that liberals are getting in the way of building affordable housing, this would mean that even a small percentage of or the economists that Marcel would be referencing, even a small percentage of housing affordability would have to be claimed as disastrous for the economy. So I want to see the evidence of a liberal economist saying that making 10%, 15% of the housing market affordable would destroy or make it so that way people can't make money on the housing market, which would just be wild. And they will never provide that evidence for me because it doesn't exist.